Right then, Swiss Army Man, the film that has been unfairly criticised as the farting corpse movie.
Yeah,
It's not that.
It's been very much labelled as that quite a fair bit.
Yes, well, it played at Sundance. Yeah, people walking out, people sort of slagging it off. It doesn't deserve that.
Yeah,
as you'll find out now.
As we'll find out. So, Swiss Army Man's a film that is directed by originally music video directors Daniel Scheinert and Daniel Kwan, who are collectively known as the Daniels. Yeah. And they made Turn Down for What? I did not know that.
Right.
I did not know that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, originally they were music video directors. And basically, Swiss Army Man is about a man called Hank, played by Paul Dano. He washes up on a desert island. He's given up all hope of ever going home again. He decides he's going to hang himself when he sees a corpse with a bit of a flatulence problem washing about in the surf, and that turns out to be Daniel Radcliffe. And he then takes Daniel Radcliffe by the reins, wraps a rope that he was going to hang himself around him or around Daniel Radcliffe's neck, and basically jet skis to dry land.
Like a jet ski, yeah.
And using the farts as propulsion. And so it is very much about farts, Swiss Army Man, because it is about the farts, no matter how many people will tell you. But it's not just that, because it has a lot of emotional complexity to it. Just how much emotional complexity to it, I really cannot tell you to some end, because I'm still trying to figure out what the story was in the end. Today, I just know it's the brilliant piece of crap I have ever seen. Yeah. The most brilliant.
Well, I've seen it twice now, and first time I saw it, I was like, this is brilliant. Second time I saw it, I thought it's even better. Because I can tell you what it's about if you want. A lot of people will argue and say that it's just. I mean, I saw one review saying it literally is just two guys talking to each other for a whole film, but it's not. It's a man who has obviously got a lot of problems. That's Paul Dano. And then you got Daniel Radcliffe, who is dead and is given a chance to live again. And it's the process of life. It starts with him, being born and not having a very expansive vocabulary, not knowing when to do things and not to do things. And as the film goes on, he learns more and he grows to the point of death at the end of the film. And it's like the circle of life, but with a dead farting corpse.
But I don't get what the story was meant to be. I don't understand.
Well, it helps them both out.
I understand.
They both help each other along the way.
Did he kill Manny, or did
I don't think that's
I don't get it. I'm lost. It went right over my head.
That's never an option, I don't think.
Yeah.
The things the film tackles is really interesting. Obviously, life and death is very obvious, and love. There's a whole thing with
Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character.
Winstead.
I don't understand any of that.
Well, we're being very vague here. I'll have to explain. On Paul Dano's phone is a photo of Mary Elizabeth Winstead. We find out why he has that photo over the course of the film. To spoil it would definitely spoil it. But he leads Daniel Radcliffe to believe that it is his phone. So through the course of some reenactment, he sort of this is why it's all about the life. It's sort of educating Manny, a dead body, about love and about sex and about relationships and life, through some hilarious montage sequences where
like the Jurassic Park bits had me in fits,
where Hank uses his sort of creative skills and craft to sort of build these big bus sets of garbage, and get this emotion out of a dead body. I think it's quite brilliant in that fact. Other things that it tackles, like acceptance, I think it's a very key issue in the film. The way he's been forced out into the woods because he's not accepted in his real life, and there's a part towards the film where that they say like, well, through the course, Paul Dano sort of says what it's like in the real world, and Daniel Radcliffe's like, that's really sad. That's really sad. It's like, you're so desperate to go back there, but really it is, it's quite sad. Like, why would you want to go back to that? Why don't we just start a new life here? And I think that's really interesting that Hank is not accepted in the real world because of his various issues, and it's sad. But I think over the course of the film, it does something to alleviate that problem. Things like insecurity and obviously friendship, very important. The funny thing is, there's so much grotesqueness in the film that people are, obviously that's what you leap to, how grotesque it all is.
You've never seen a body part used as a compass like this?
No. No. But from watching, I never found it to be grotesque particularly. I thought it all kind of benefited the film. It was all part of the funny aesthetic and the funny nature of the film. The compass thing particularly is up there with the more grotesque things in the film, but it doesn't feel like it. I was never repulsed by the film. I was never put off by the film. I think it does a good job of subverting like the sort of bro lad humour, like using the sort of penile jokes and the flatulent jokes against itself is quite funny. The a cappella soundtrack is brilliant. That's Paul Dano and Danny Radcliffe both.
Yeah, I was thinking that sounds like Paul.
Is that
Dano.
them?
Yeah, that is them doing a
I didn't know
cappella
that.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
Very minimal score underneath that, but most of the time it's just them going ba 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 ba. Yeah. It's one of the more peculiar bromance films you'll ever see between a real life person and a dead person. And you'll never fart the same way again. I think it's fair. Every time you fart after watching the film, you'll have a little tear roll down your cheek. It hurt so much. Can I say that it's Daniel Radcliffe's best performance
as a farting corpse?
I mean, 8 years of Harry Potter, the various things he did to try and move away from that. This is probably his best role. This is the one I've enjoyed him in the most. And he's a dead farting corpse. It's brilliant. I really loved it. It's up there for me in top 10 terms at this current stage. Loved it.
I loved how it was talking about like I get what you mean, like a circular life, and just I love like the musings on human condition and stuff like that. And
that's
just,
only
like,
one theory as well.
Everything about it was I didn't understand where it was going at all. I still don't, but I just know that it's the most entertaining piece of crap I've ever seen. It's just so weird and whimsical. It's an experience.
Joe,
like,
I think the way Daniel Radcliffe's character is used is really entertaining. Especially there's I think there's about 2 or 3 mini montages as Paul Dano uses them, which I loved. I mean, I did like the idea of Daniel Radcliffe's character being a reflection of all the things about what's Paul Dano's character called?
Hank.
Yeah, all of Hank's worries and like how he thinks he's like a loser and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's basically how the film starts. But yeah, I mean, over time it did. I think it does take a while to get going, but obviously once Daniel Radcliffe's character starts to become more like animated and everything else, I think I enjoyed it. I think I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of indifferent towards it. I mean, I liked how absurd it was and how illogical, but I don't know. I'll probably maybe have to watch it again.
It's the most original film I've seen this year.
Yeah.
That anyone will see this year.
You can't knock its originality.
It's a very like it or lump it. It's a very, very strange experience.
Still not too sure on it.
One that I'm glad I went to.
And farts are funny. That's the important thing.
Farts are hilarious.
Farts are hilarious.
I don't care what anybody says. Farts are
they're never lowbrow. They're always.
You could write me the greatest political satire of all time, and it would be it'd be accurate. It would be evenly weighted between the two argument cases. But farts are funny. Farts are the funniest, and that's why this film is successful.
They toot and come at your butt.
Yeah, exactly. Swiss Army Man. It's not just a film about farts, as you've just realised.
But it is.
But it is.
It's part of it.
It is. It's not just. But it is.
It's a lot more about that.
It's at the Tyneside Cinema. It's wonderful.